Hey there, friends. Did you know diabetes could be silently damaging your eyes and you might not even notice until it's too late? If you're over 70, this is something you can't ignore because diabetic retinopathy, a complication of diabetes, could lead to blindness. But don't worry, I'm here to help, and I've got some simple tips to share that can save your sight. Let's dive in together. Today, we're going to talk about something that can make a big difference for you or your loved ones, especially if you're over 70 and managing diabetes. I'll walk you through 5 eye-saving foods you can add to your diet to help protect your eyes from diabetic retinopathy, a condition that can damage your vision if you don't take action. We'll go through each food step by step so you'll know exactly why they're good for your eyes, how they can help, and where you can find them. My goal is to help you feel empowered so you can keep enjoying the little things like reading a good book, watching your grandkids play, or even spotting the flowers in your garden. So grab a comfy seat and let's get started on this journey to save your eyes. Let's dive into the 5 eye-saving foods that can help protect your eyes from diabetic retinopathy after 70. First up, food number 1, kale. You might already love kale in a salad, or maybe you've heard it's a superfood. But this leafy green is amazing for your eyes, especially if you have diabetes. Why is kale so good for seniors over 70? Kale is packed with lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 powerful nutrients that protect your retina, the part of your eye that helps you see clearly, from damage. Diabetic retinopathy, a complication of diabetes, happens when high blood sugar damages the blood vessels in your retina, causing them to leak and potentially leading to blindness. For seniors, this is especially dangerous because 1 in 3 older adults with diabetes in the US, about 33%, will develop this condition, according to the National Eye Institute, often because they don't catch it early with regular eye exams. A study from Johns Hopkins found seniors who eat foods high in lutein, like kale, can lower their risk of vision loss by up to 20%. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 72-year-old from Seattle. Margaret has diabetes, and she started noticing her vision was getting blurry, especially when she tried to read her favorite novels. Her eye doctor warned her about diabetic retinopathy and suggested adding more greens to her diet. Margaret started eating kale 3 times a week, usually in a salad, which she found at Trader Joe's for about $2 a bag. After a few months, she noticed her vision felt sharper, and her doctor said her retina was holding steady. How can you add kale to your diet? It's so easy. Toss it into a salad, blend it into a smoothie, or even saute it as a side dish. It's a small change, but it can make a big difference for your eyes. Now that you know about kale, let's talk about a food that's great for your heart and your eyes. Food number 2, sardines. You might already have sardines in your pantry. Maybe you add them to a salad or eat them on toast, but these tiny fish are a powerhouse for your vision. Why are sardines so good for seniors over 70? Sardines are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which improve blood flow to your eyes and reduce inflammation, both of which are crucial for preventing diabetic retinopathy. For seniors with diabetes, high blood sugar can cause inflammation in the retina, and poor blood flow can make it worse, leading to leaking blood vessels and vision loss. A 2023 study from the American Diabetes Association found seniors who eat omega-3 rich foods like sardines have a lower risk of diabetic retinopathy and better overall eye health. Let me tell you about John, a 74-year-old from Boston who has diabetes. John loved going for walks, but he started struggling to see the path clearly, especially at dusk. His eye doctor told him, "You're at risk for diabetic retinopathy. You need to support your eyes." John started eating sardines twice a week, usually on toast, which he found at Walmart for about $2 a can. After a few months, he noticed he could see better during his walks, and his doctor said his eyes were doing better. How can you add sardines to your diet? They're so simple. Spread them on toast, toss them into a salad, or even eat them straight from the can. They're a tasty way to protect your eyes. But there's another food that you might already have in your kitchen, and it's a classic. Let's move on to food number 3, carrots. You've probably heard, carrots are good for your eyes. And it's true, especially for seniors with diabetes. Why are carrots so good for seniors over 70? Carrots are packed with beta-carotene, which your body turns into vitamin a nutrient that improves your night vision and helps protect your retina from damage. For seniors with diabetic retinopathy, night vision often gets worse because the retina is damaged, and this can make it hard to drive at night or even walk around safely. The National Institutes of Health says getting enough vitamin A can help slow the progression of diabetic retinopathy and keep your eyes working better for longer. Let me tell you about Susan, a 71-year-old from Miami who has diabetes. Susan loved hosting family dinners, but she started struggling to see the table settings in dim light. Her eye doctor warned her about diabetic retinopathy and suggested adding more vitamin A to her diet. Susan started eating carrots as a snack, usually with a little hummus, which she found at Trader Joe's for about $2 a bag. After a few months, she noticed her night vision was better, and her doctor said her retina was holding steady. How can you add carrots to your diet? It's so easy. Eat them raw as a snack, add them to a soup, or roast them as a side dish. They're crunchy, sweet, and great for your eyes. Now, let's talk about a snack that's both delicious and protective for your eyes. Food number 4, almonds. You might already enjoy almonds as a quick snack, or maybe you sprinkle them on your oatmeal, but these nuts are fantastic for your vision, especially if you have diabetes. Why are almonds so good for seniors over 70? Almonds are a great source of vitamin E, an antioxidant that reduces oxidative damage in your eyes, which is a major factor in diabetic retinopathy. For seniors with diabetes, oxidative stress can damage the blood vessels in your retina, making the condition worse and potentially leading to blindness. A study from the University of California found seniors who eat foods high in vitamin E, like almonds, have a lower risk of vision loss and better eye health overall. Let me tell you about Robert, a 73-year-old from Chicago who has diabetes. Robert loved doing puzzles, but he started struggling to see the tiny pieces, and his doctor said he was at risk for diabetic retinopathy. He started eating a small handful of almonds every day, usually as a snack, which he found at Walmart for about $5 a bag. After a few months, he noticed his vision felt less strained, and he could see the puzzle pieces more clearly. How can you add almonds to your diet? It's so simple. Grab a handful as a snack, sprinkle them on your yogurt, or add them to a salad. They're a tasty way to protect your eyes. And finally, let's talk about a fruit that's sweet and amazing for your eyes. Food number 5, bananas. You might already love bananas in your smoothie or maybe as a quick breakfast, but this fruit is a powerhouse for your vision, especially if you have diabetes. Why are bananas so good for seniors over 70? Bananas are rich in zinc and vitamin C, 2 nutrients that support the health of your retina and help protect it from damage. Zinc helps transport vitamin A to your retina, which is crucial for preventing vision loss, and vitamin C reduces inflammation, which can slow the progression of diabetic retinopathy. For seniors with diabetes, our retinas are more fragile, and years of high blood sugar can take a toll, making it hard to see clearly and enjoy the things we love. A study from the American Optometric Association says getting enough zinc can lower your risk of diabetic retinopathy by up to 15%. Let me tell you about Helen, a 75-year-old from Florida who has diabetes. Helen loved knitting, but she started struggling to see her stitches, and her doctor warned her about diabetic retinopathy. She started eating a banana every morning, usually with her oatmeal, which she found at Trader Joe's for about $1 for a bunch. After a few months, she noticed her vision felt clearer, and her doctor said her eyes were doing better. How can you add bananas to your diet? It's so easy. Eat one for breakfast, blend it into a smoothie, or slice it onto your cereal. It's a sweet way to protect your eyes. Let's take a moment to recap what we've covered today. We talked about 5 eye-saving foods that can help protect your eyes from diabetic retinopathy after 70. First, kale, packed with lutein and zeaxanthin to protect your retina. Then, sardines, rich in omega-3s to improve blood flow. Next, carrots, full of beta-carotene to boost your night vision. After that, almonds, a great source of vitamin E to reduce oxidative damage. And finally, bananas, loaded with zinc and vitamin C to support your retina. Adding these foods to your diet can make a big difference and help you keep your vision sharp, especially if you're managing diabetes. But one more thing, it's so important to check your blood sugar regularly because controlling your diabetes is key to protecting your eyes. You can do this easily at places like CVS Minute Clinic, so make it a habit to catch any issues early. You don't have to change everything overnight. Just start with one food, maybe add some kale to your salad or a banana to your breakfast. These little changes can add up and help you protect your eyes so you can keep doing the things you love, like knitting, reading, or just enjoying time with your family. You deserve to see clearly, and I'm here cheering you on every step of the way. If you found this video helpful, I'd love for you to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more health tips for seniors. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments. Which food are you going to try first? Or how has your vision been feeling lately? Let me know. I read every comment and I'd love to hear from you. Add one of these foods to your meals and share your thoughts below. Take care, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.